Howdy folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, do you want to stay younger longer?
Yes, I do, Bob. What kind of question is that?
We're going to show you how to add on 9 years to your life just by using this exercise, according to science.
And you're going to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, we're going to turn your life around, buddy. You're not headed for that grave so quickly as you thought.
Exactly. Actually, he's got a real good study here that we want to get into.
A couple studies, actually, 2 studies.
Right, but before we get into it,
if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go over to Facebook and like us because Bob and Brad right there, all this week, we're going to give out positive vibes to those of you who like us. You give, we give.
right, it's it's one of these
Reciprocal,
situations.
yeah.
All right.
Quid pro quo. Is that quid pro quo? That's it. It's Latin, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so we're going to, there's the researchers at BYU, not BIU, that'd be by. Researchers at BYU, they had 5,823 adults, and they tracked their fitness levels over a long period of time.
Okay.
In addition to tracking their fitness levels, they measured their telomere lengths.
Telomere?
Yeah, telomere. I'm going to tell you that as it is, Brad. I don't really know what telomeres are, but they're on the end of your chromosomes, and they're highly correlated with age. Stick with me here. So the longer your telomere is, the longer you have to live. So the shorter it is, the shorter you have to live.
They could actually measure these telomeres?
I think they do it with a muscle biopsy, but I'm not sure. But,
okay.
They measured the telomeres on these people, these 5,823 adults, and they first tried to figure out what kind of fitness levels these adults had. So they had 4 categories. So the 4 categories were, they considered the adult to either be sedentary, number 1, low amount of activity, moderate amount of activity, and a high amount of activity. So they categorized, like you and Brad and I bet you we'd be in the high category, wouldn't we?
So that's someone that consistently works out. They either run, they jog, they lift weights, but they're doing something on a consistent basis throughout their...
And a fair amount of time, too. So
sure.
We'll talk about that. But what they found, Brad, is these first 3 categories, there was no change in the telomere length. I mean, it progressed at its normal rate. You were aging, and it was getting shorter.
So as you age, telomeres naturally get shorter.
So here, I drew a telomere. I have no idea what it looks like. I just figured it, and so theirs got actually shorter. So the interesting thing was those 3 altogether, no matter if you were sedentary, low, so even if you did a moderate amount, wasn't any better than the person who sat on the couch.
Okay.
It's kind of disgusting, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I always say a little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing.
And it is. It is for other reasons,
right.
But not for aging, apparently. So the people that did the high, they actually either lengthened or stayed the same, their telomeres. So they actually calculated you could actually add 9 years to your life by having doing high intensity workouts.
So they know for a fact that the longer the telomere, those people were older. And they lived longer.
They will live longer. Right.
Okay.
So again, highly correlated to age.
Okay.
So there was another study done by the Mayo Clinic, and they found out that people who did, well, first off, we should talk about what they considered high.
Okay.
They considered high adult male if you were doing at least 40 minutes of jogging 5 times a week.
Okay.
For females, it was 30 minutes of jogging 5 times a week. So that was considered their high.
Okay.
Now, this other study by the Mayo Clinic said they found out that people that did high-intensity interval training, that's the new thing, isn't it, Brad?
HIIT, yep.
That they actually were adding to their telomeres. They were adding proteins, and they were adding, so, I mean, this thing's actually the fountain of youth. They're figuring out that. So we figure that a lot of you might not have time to do 40 minutes of workout.
Or may not be interested in doing it.
Right, so instead we thought we'll show you a high-intensity workout to do that can add years to your life.
Right.
So we're going to use the wall anchor, because this is something you can do in your own home. You can set it up in your bedroom. That's, believe it or not, where I have ours.
Right.
And you just need some bands. And what are you going to say, Brad?
I don't have mine in my bed. Ours is downstairs in the workout room.
You're making that like you're making a point.
Well,
like
carry on, Bob. Let's get on with.
Are you saying there's better things to do in the bedroom, or what?
That's a family show.
Family
Bob.
show. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, we got resistance bands. We got hooked up to the wall anchor. Brad and I, I found these to work out really well for strengthening, and also apparently it's going to reduce our age.
Right, because you're going to get your heart rate up, and that's what you need to
Add
do.
on to our age.
Right, for this high intensity, we need to get your heart rate up to the point where you can't, when you're talking, it's kind of hard to talk comfortably. If you're talking like you and I, you need to get your heart rate up a little
Right.
bit
So
higher.
we're going to show you doing it for just 30 seconds. For somebody, and I'm thinking that's more of a beginner level, Brad.
Sure.
When I do these, I do them for almost a minute.
Okay.
And my heart rate gets up then.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it doesn't take that long. So, all right, we'll start off with the first one, Brad. Why don't you go ahead and start with the running with the arms at chest. So it's nice about this. So he's got it at chest level here, and he's going to be running. And we're going to go about 30 seconds. I got the timer on you, Brad.
And with this, the more you move your arms, the higher you bring your knees, the more your heart rate's going to accelerate. And it's all an individual if you're starting or depending on what level you're at. And I don't know how long I've been doing this, Bob, but I can clearly feel things are...
Oh, sorry, I kind of lost time.
Was that 30 already?
Yeah, I was 45
Oh,
actually.
good. I was
All right.
thinking it was getting...
So we're going to go ahead
Getting
and
a little
now I'm going to
workout.
go ahead and do what I do a lot of these at home. These are good posture and obviously gets the heart rate up too, but I'm working the posture here and I'm doing sidestepping. And I try to do it fairly rapidly. Are you kind of watching the clock a
yeah.
little bit?
Oh, yeah, Bob. You got about 2 seconds to... yeah. Now,
So
this
back
is
and
the
forth.
beauty of working with bands is you have movement with the exercise, which really helps your balance as well as your strength or your endurance and
Am I
getting your
moving
heart
like
rate
a
up.
cat, Brad? Am I moving fast
Yes,
like a
you
cat?
got 5 seconds to go, Bob.
Oh boy, that seems long.
2, 1.
All right.
I lost track. I was just guessing.
Now you can take a 30-second break in between.
Sure.
I mean that's the whole idea of interval training is that you're resting in between.
Yep.
So we're going to like the 1-to-1 ratio. So 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. So Brad's going to do some alternate punching, right?
Yep. So here we're just working the upper body, and I'm not just moving my hands, but get a little core working with it, and the color green of this band. If you want to get more resistance, you can get a darker color band. Typically, that's more resistance, or you can just step out a little bit. And
You were a karate guy. You want to throw some kicks in there too, Brad?
well, that's a good idea. You can do that and throw some
Yeah.
kicks. But look at that. That's
Look at the balance it pulls on you.
When you use the band, it works that balance. More core is working. Boom. And if you don't need karate, because most people don't do karate, we're just going to work the arms. We can do some uppercuts
I could
if you
kick
want.
somebody in the knee. That's about the high as I could get. So,
It's a good target.
all right.
How am I doing?
You're good. Well,
Okay.
let you take your 30-second rest, and I'll do 30 seconds. So again, I'm doing, this one's similar to the last one. I'm doing posture again, but now I'm jogging in place while I'm doing it. So this will get your heart rate up, Brad, especially if you're not used to it. By the way, if you haven't been working out, you may want to see your doctor first before you do these.
Sure. Yeah,
I mean, we don't want people, who especially if you have a heart condition or anything, you don't want to be doing this. It's a pretty intense workout.
Now, when you're looking at this, it doesn't look very hard, but
It's hard.
This resistance to the
Yeah.
band is pulling Bob that way. He has all these muscles back here contracting to keep him from
But
going
it makes
forward.
you work a lot harder.
You got 5 seconds, Bob.
Okay,
How you doing, Bob?
I'm hanging in there.
You got 5 seconds. Just kidding, you're done.
That was the longest 5 seconds I've ever seen. So, all right, I think I'm still going, Brad. I was going to do
you get the next
biceps.
Biceps.
So, by the way, I should get my 30-second rest.
Well, yeah, you can do that, but at home you can work this as you want. You can go a little more aggressively with less stress. You can go longer periods of time.
So again, I'm marching and I'm doing biceps, and I can make it harder by stepping out further.
Yep,
And you can alternate if you wanna.
yep. Yep. Can you get your knees up higher, Bob? Oh,
Oh, sure, Brad. Anything else?
oh hell, I don't know. Close your eyes. Just kidding, Bob. You
You
got?
want some egg in your beer too? My dad used to always say that. I never knew what that meant.
Didn't you ever put egg in your beer?
No, I never put egg in my beer.
Well, that's comes
It's like
from,
a treat.
Well, I don't really know. I think it's a German thing, but
Yeah, I think it is a German
I think
thing.
in Rocky was going to do that, but they just went with the egg. Okay, that's good.
All right. Why don't you do your chest marching,
Okay, yeah.
and then give me a break, and then I can
Okay.
do it.
All right.
That's-
We can do a few triceps in there, but we're going to do some marching, and I'm going to alternate like this.
There you go.
Very similar to what I was doing first, but it's different.
This is going to be the longest 30 seconds of your life, Brad.
Yeah. That's all
payback
right.
time.
You know, and this one, if you wanted to, you probably could just go backwards and march too.
Sure.
That's the beauty of the band. While you're exercising, you can
just
simply
flip
change.
right around.
Yep. You can't do that with cables.
No, that doesn't work. And
Boy,
it
that
doesn't
would
work
hurt.
with free weights either. So, all right, Brad, I'll take over. We'll do,
All right.
this is a great one to work the lats here.
Oh yeah.
So-
Get that V shape.
And the same thing, you can pick up the speed if you want to do this. You can go really fast if you want to. Or you can just, you know, march like this.
Yep.
Leave it up to you. Or you can alternate and do it that way.
One way or another, you're working.
Yeah.
So many muscles are working here at the same
Now,
time.
these are usually a strong muscle. A lot of times I'll actually go with a heavier band like this, Brad, like
Yeah.
a double one here to, yeah, this is more like it.
Yeah.
Now I'm working.
Yeah, you can tell when you got the right resistance, it all falls into place. You got about 5 seconds to go, Bob.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice work.
And we're going to finish up the last one doing some squats.
Oh
So-
yeah, this is the big one. It's going to really finish out with the grand finale. You can see he's using off the low anchor. Got the bands there. He's got his feet planted. He's doing
The thing is, I really can't squat very low. I'm old.
right. Well, he's tall too, and that makes a difference. I don't know. He's only 50 or 60 years old. It's not that bad. There you go.
We should really give people an old alert, like old Pearson wearing.
Turn
workout
that way a
clothes.
little bit, Bob. I just want to show you a good posture. He's got that
Yeah.
arch in his back. We're trying to hip hinge there, looking good. And I bet you anything, you can feel these quadriceps and those butt muscles working
I
good.
sure can,
Yeah,
Brad. I sure
let's
can.
see how long Bob can go. Maybe we can have a little
I
contest.
think we're close to 30 seconds already.